Hello, everybody. I think I've got it. I think I have. Hey, how's everybody doing? Is anybody here? Is it just me? I always think that, right? Let me go to where I can see who's here. If you're here, please chime in and let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Um, I don't know if my mouth is off from what I'm saying. I hope it's not. Sometimes that just happens, huh? All right, it's 5 o'clock in the mountains. We have a beautiful sunny day out there. In fact, it's been really nice this week. Even though it hits 90, it doesn't feel that bad. It feels pretty good. Okay, someone says, I need your help. You're fine. Okay, let me see if I can figure out who you are. It doesn't just bounce up and tell me who you are. Hi. Isn't this the way we start all the time? Hello, hello, hello. It doesn't tell me who you are, so I have to wait for my phone to chime in, and it's not chiming as quickly as I'd like. I don't know how you guys do it. Do you watch on a phone, a laptop? What do you watch on? Come on, please. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my phone. You guys are doing fine. Hi, Cheryl. How are you doing? Huh? Good to see you. Someone said they bought a serger at a sidewalk sale. Heidi. And that person watches on her laptop. It is not bringing it up on my phone, so I can't tell who you are. So I don't know quite what. Come on, usually it doesn't take this long. Okay, I'm in silence. I don't know what to say because I can't answer your question. Somebody said they needed help. What do you need help with? So type it in there so I know. I wish you could talk back to me. Oh, Cheryl, what do you need help with? I can help you, maybe. Unless you need dinner cooked. I'm not that great of a cook, although I'm cooking dinner right now. I can smell it. I'm cooking chicken. Smells really good. But by the time I get done with it, it's probably going to be burned, right? Okay, I don't know why. Okay, Cheryl, tell me what you need help with. And I will sit here and wait. Somebody who bought, and Heidi said she bought a serger at a sidewalk sale. What did you get? What kind of a serger? I hope it was a baby lock, so you won't be disappointed. Hi from Illinois. Do you hate it when people say Illinois? I do. I might be fine out there, but I can't tell. You know, on Ecamm, I'm not quite sure how this one works. I know in StreamYard you had to sign in to get it. You know what? I'm going to look that up before. You have to grant permission. Definitely, it says Ecamm Live will only receive the names of the group members who have granted their permission to use it. I don't know how you do that, so I guess I need to find out, don't I? Well, you know what? I am a little, oh, there I am. Okay. I'm going to say I'm up a crick, but I just got it to pull up. That's funny that it would take me 4 minutes to pull it up on my phone when you're all there. We have Heidi Todd and Laurel Rell and Tanya and Cheryl and Alice. So, Heidi, what kind of a machine did you buy? We have Christy and Janice. Okay, Cheryl says on the Altair, how do you change the sequence of stitch out in the embroidery? That's going to take a little bit more than right here. Yeah, on my phone, Alice, I can see your names. On my computer, I can't. And I don't know why that is. Janice wants to hear about zippers. Well, we have zippers to talk about today. I'm really excited because, you know, I love zippers. They just kind of make the day. I told you that's what I told the doctor when I had maybe my fourth or fifth kid. I just said, put a zipper in. I'll be back. All right. I have to tell you about chickies. Can we connect by phone? I have mine on the phone. Cheryl. Mine is here. You bet. So, when you go fishing, you have to go out and collect worms, or you go to the store and buy them, right? Well, I grew up where we had to collect the worms, and it was my job. My grandpa would give me the job to do, and I didn't realize how awful it was that I had to do it. Um, but I just did it. I guess maybe I just liked him enough that I went and did it for him. But on Saturday mornings, it was my job to go gather worms for him. And yes, I gathered them. Well, we lived on the farm, so my job was to get those worms. This is going to gross you out of the cow pies. So I would take a big long stick. I was little, by the way, and I would have to find a cow pie that was dried enough that I could flip it over. I could flip the lid off. So I'd flip, the crusty top off. You couldn't do it on a brand new one because they didn't flip. And they had to have time to get maggots in it. And that just makes me sick to think that I did that when I say that word out loud. Well, I would have to flip the crust off, and I would pick all the little maggots out and put them in a can for my grandpa to go fishing. Well, I tell you all that because with our chickies out there, they love grasshoppers, right? And so my husband would go collect grasshoppers out of the field and give them to the chickens. Well, that grosses my daughter out because she said, "You're just putting them in there to die." And I thought, it's no different than fishing with a worm, is it? I don't think it is. Heidi said you sold night crawlers as a side business to fishermen. No, it wasn't my grandma, Lisa. It was my grandpa. My grandpa was kind of a crotchety old man. Heidi said she bought a Burnett lower end model, but it has air threading. I want to start it less expensive. I don't know how much help I can give you on that, Heidi. I have not. My first serger was a Bernina, and I didn't keep it very long. I sold it. So I don't know how much help I can be to you, Heidi. I am so sorry. We have Nicole has joined us and Pat. All right, have I grossed you all out? Oh, I was going to tell you that I've started keeping track of how many eggs my chickens give me every day. Yesterday we got four eggs in one day. One white, one kind of pink, and two brown. All right, but those silly chickens, I think they're just learning how to lay the eggs, right? I mean, it's a learning process, no doubt. It's like having a baby, right? Well, because one was trying to get to the nest and missed, I guess because she dropped one outside the door. Okay, so that was one egg. Another egg I found just inside the door in the coop, in the sawdust, not up in the nesting places. So they're just trying to get it all figured out, and they'll get it. But boy, when they get those grasshoppers, you should see them. You've seen cartoons of chickens with grasshoppers. It's even better than that. They scramble, and then they get it, and then they fight over it, and then the grasshopper gets away, and they run after and they get it, and the one that has it has to run around just really, really fast so that nobody can catch her. They're really cute. They are. All right. Janice said she tried to put a binding on a table runner, but the end result was wavy. I tore it, ended up, and started using a rolled ham. Huh. So Janice, are you trying to put it on with the method that we've been using, like machine binding? Because I can help you with that if you're trying to put it on another way. And I find that my binding will be wavy if I don't kind of pull it a little bit snug. I want it to be a titch shorter than what I need. Just a titch, not even very much. Alice said she saves egg cartons for her neighbor lady. I have been saving mine for a while, and we eat a lot of eggs. And Lynn has joined us. Lynn Franklin? I have not heard your name or seen you for a long time, Lynn. I am happy you're here. Very happy. All right, Janice, if you tried the machine binding like we did yesterday, you'll have to tell me what you're having problems with. And if you want to email me, I can help you that way. I, in fact, just posted a video yesterday on YouTube that takes you from the beginning to the end of, and I just did a little sample like I did kind of yesterday, a little sample, but maybe a bigger one. I showed you how to join the ends and everything. If you want to watch that, it's on my YouTube, Barb Lewis on YouTube. I've got one right up there. I just posted it yesterday. Okay, Janice, we need to work on that. Don't talk to Alice. She'll want you to do it a different. No, Alice does great. Alice is a perfectionist, and I love that about her. Yes. All right, you guys are super chatty. I love that. I love that. Heidi, you said you sold night crawlers. I can't stand to touch worms. I don't touch the grasshoppers. Larry catches them. I carry around the little bucket that he puts them in. I don't go near them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to have anything to do with them. It kind of grosses me out. I like to pretend like all of my meat comes from the grocery store and there's no animals involved. And I don't mind the eggs. My husband has a hard time eating them because he doesn't like brown eggs. And I said, you can't tell the difference. Anyway, he's starting to learn. Yes, Alice, I think you are pretty perfect. You're pretty cool. You guys are all so wonderful. You're not squeamish, Heidi. I am. I can tell you I have never touched a snake, ever. And my grandson has snakes. I have never touched a snake. I haven't touched I mean, we haven't gone fishing since I got married. My husband doesn't fish. He always says he wants to, but he doesn't. So I haven't really touched a fish in the water in many, many years. Hi, Carla. Alice, that's what I have to say. I have to say that's good enough, or I am up all night worrying about it, thinking about it, trying to figure it out. In fact, I just filmed the foot class, the sewing machine foot class this morning, and I'm really tired. Those classes like wear me out, and it was a long class. I did it in 2 segments, although they're all going to be sold as 1 segment. You'll just have 2. In fact, you'll have 3 in there. If you watch it, I want you to tell me what you think because I had trouble with one part of it. For some reason, you know how sometimes machines just aren't your friend? And like internet, sometimes technology is not our friend, right? Well, I had a little bit of an issue with it this morning, but it worked out and I'm good and I'm done. All right, are you about ready to talk zippers? Is everybody ready to talk zippers? Let's go down here. All right, I have a bunch of zippers laid out here, and I want to talk to you about how to put them together and the different kinds you can get. I get and I have to look on the zipper head. Is it YKK? I always think now, is it YKK or KYY? It's YKK, I believe. Those are the zippers I buy. If you're going to put different heads on things, you need to buy the same head as the zipper, and you can buy these all by themselves. I have a whole bag of just all these colored ones that I just love to have. So if you want to be able to interchange the zipper heads, you need to buy the same brand. I could not put this on a different brand, and you can buy zippers by the foot in different brands, but they need to be the same brand in order to have them interchangeable. Okay? All right, let me talk first. I'm going to put that away for just a sec. I want to talk first about when you first buy your zipper. The first thing you need to do, that's a lot of heads, but you're going to need those heads. You pull that out, and this is a zipper by Annie, but it can go for any kind of zipper that you have. And you want to put all those zipper heads right on the zipper. You want to get those heads on first. And give me just a sec here. Okay, I put one on. Can you see which direction I have put that on? Let me take it off again. I have put it on. They leave you this nice little space right here. I have put it on like this. Now, normally you don't put zipper heads on like that, but if you put it on there, give it a little tap. And are you ready for this? Because you've got to do this on your own. If you've got one of these, where do I buy my zippers? I buy mine on Amazon. I just go in and buy them by the bulk. I buy a whole bunch of 20-inch, 24-inch. I don't usually buy short zippers because like this one right here, I can reuse the end of it. I can reuse that piece. So why wouldn't I want to? Okay. So this one right here is a By Annie. The By Annies you have to buy By Annie. And I love her zippers. All right, so I'm going to put it on there. This is the magic. Look at that. Now this only works as far as I know with the By Annie zippers. But look at that. I'm going to put the square bottom on there. I'm going to thread the tape in it first. Come on, get in there. All right, it doesn't want to go in. There I go. I'm going to thread the ends in first, and I just kind of push it down there and give it a little tap, and there I go. There's my zipper. So what you want to do first thing is put all of these heads on the zipper, and then you can peel them off and use them as you need to. But once you get them on, that's great. If you don't do it that way, let me set this guy aside. If you don't do it that way, then you're going to be left with trying to figure out how to get all those zippers on the tape without. All right, I'm going to zip that one off, and I'm going to zip this one off. I don't have any zipper heads on that tape, but I want to use that again. Now remember, with the By Annie, you can take this side, you can put the square end in, and these are not even, so it's not going to be as easy to thread them on. But I'm going to put the square end on. There I go. Kind of push it down, tap it, and go like that. If you have an end that's like this and you still want to get it on, and I usually cut the other side off. I don't know how I did that. I'm kind of silly. Okay, I'm going to cut my teeth out a little bit off, just my teeth. Do you see how I have just my teeth? I've left the tape on one side, but I've cut my teeth off. And there is the rounded head of my zipper. The round part is going to go on there. And I'm going to put it on far enough that I can slip this one up inside. All right, I'm not going to push it too far. I'm just going to slip it inside. Hang on to both ends and then pull it on. All right, that method works for any zipper you have. I've got this right here, and you've seen how, like the Sweet Pea Pod, and I've got several other projects that we use one zipper head for, or one tape for. Let me take this off. Kind of scary. All right, so there I've got one piece of fabric, or two pieces of fabric, one zipper, one side of the zipper. I like this method because then it leaves that nice little round thing up there. I know that when I have broken zippers out of dresses and things, and you try to fix that zipper, you try, and you just can't do it. Or I'm in a class and we're making zipper bags, and a lady that was in my class once accidentally cut the zipper head off. You know, she sewed across and the zipper was on the wrong side of the fence. Darn, what do you do? Well, it's not that hard. It made it a little bit shorter because you have to adjust the zipper length. All right, because I have to cut right there. Once again, I've cut the teeth out. First, I sewed that one side of my zipper into my project. Then I always have to have it facing away from me. And I cut the teeth out of one side, and you don't have to cut very much. I'm going to put the rounded end in just a little bit. Then I'm going to poke the teeth up inside the other side of the rounded end, just enough that I can get a hold of both of the back pieces, the tape. And then I just pull it on. Now, see, mine are pretty even down there now. But if you find that they're not even when you get up to where you want them to meet, then you just have to kind of fiddle with it some more and adjust how you put that zipper thing on down there. So I'm going to show you again with this one right here. Actually, let's look at this one. I wonder if this is the end of that one. They're the same color. All right, if I were going to put a zipper on this piece that I took off of another project, first I would split it apart, and then I would trim off just a little bit, enough to get a hold of it. Trim off that teeth. All right, that might not even be enough yet. I just want to be able to get my zipper on the end over here, and I want to be able to hold on to the back of it. Whoops, didn't get up. If you don't get it at first, just keep trying. Don't give up. You guys can do this. I just have to poke it up inside there. I still didn't get it. Okay, maybe I didn't cut enough off. All right. I'm going to put my zipper head on with the round side. I'm going to poke this up inside. I'm going to hang on to it. And there it goes. My zipper is complete. Notice that they're not even up there. That's okay. That means you're going to have to adjust this end. Or keep doing it until you get it, right? Okay, let me do it again over here. This would be one side of the zipper. Don't you wonder how this works? Good grief, I wonder who thought of this and how on earth does it work? I don't understand zippers anyway. I just know I love them. All right, I'm going to put the zipper head on right there. And just don't twist the bottom unless you want it twisted. I'll put my zipper teeth in the other side. And all I do is pull it on. I am ready to have that done. I love that. I really, really love that. Hi, Teresa and Wendy and Isla and Laurel. Laurel asked me where I bought my zippers, so I've gone back that far. And Gloria has joined us. Does anybody have any questions on these zippers? Do you want me to do the Biannis for you one more time? Because I love these. All right. When you buy the Biannis, they got this end right here. So you're going to put the square part of the zipper in. You're going to thread both ends. They've left those nicely on there. And just give it a little tap and split it apart. That is like my favorite thing to do. I love it. And on this end, I have a little chunk taken out of my teeth. And I will slide this down on my teeth on the one side. Now I'm using the rounded end, and I will slide this one into it. And it's that easy. All right, does anybody else do that? Alice, don't be scared. These are cool. I love zippers. I really do. I love zippers. Even better than Velcro. Velcro, to me, sewing it on, I mean, I like it okay, but then you have to sew it on, and it's gummy, and it gums up your needle. Anyway, we have just done the zipper video, the demo. Is there any questions out there that I can help you with? I think we should make a project. Maybe we'll do one. Give a close-up of the yellow. All right, is this one right here? You want me to do this one again? Okay, let me see if I can. That's as close as I can get there. All right, and I know I'm doing this a little backwards, and then when I get it closer, it makes it a little darker, so I apologize for that. I don't know how to make it any lighter. Let me look over here. Oh, look at that. I brought some light into the project. Let there be light for sure. That is going to be better. All right, on the end, let me do this end first. On the end like this, I have my zipper tape up there, and this is the Bianni where they come this way. I'm going to take the square end right here, this way. I'm going to take the square end and I'm going to slide it on the tape. I'm going to put both ends of the tape in. All right, I have both ends in. I'm going to take it down to where the teeth begin. Come on, go down there. And just kind of give it a little push. And then the magic happens when I can do this. I love that. And now that zipper is a zipper. I love that. All right, let's go to the other end. This is the end where, and this could be on any zipper, on something on your dress, on your pants, on anything. I wouldn't do Levi's. But look right here. If I want to put this head back on the zipper, or if I have an end of a zipper that I still want to use, then you can do this. And I'm going to put the rounded end, after I cut about a 1/2 inch of teeth off. I've cut those teeth off. When I first started doing this, I couldn't remember if you cut the teeth off or the tape off, but definitely cut the teeth, because if you cut the tape off, you got nothing to work with. And the reason I cut those teeth off is I want to get them in where the other teeth are and still have something to hang on to. So I'll just kind of put it in there and I'll hang on to it. And I didn't get it. I've used this so many times. This has been my demo zipper for a long time. That she's probably getting tired and worn out. Let's see if she got it that time. Now if this happens, because I think that my zipper teeth are getting bent at the end, so I'm going to cut a little bit more off. Because I think they're getting worn. Because like I've used this zipper as my demo for, my scissors are no good. Anyway, I've used this zipper demo for a really long time. I may have to go get some different zippers or some different scissors. That is really bad. Okay, but if I want to get that in there, I'm going to put the teeth up in there. As long as I can hold on to both ends, I need to have a hold of the zipper tape. Then I can pull that on, and these are not even, so, but all I want to do is get that teeth on there, or get that head on there. If I wasn't happy with how, like I have a bubble down here, right here, because I had to mismatch the top right there, then I would do it again and again. All right, so Heidi, so when I'm cutting the teeth out like this, I'm going to use the rounded end of the zipper head. When I'm coming it on like this, and this is for the By Annie zippers, then I am putting on the square end. So I'll put the square end right on like this and tap it down there and then spread them apart. On this end, let me take him off. All right, now they're going to be a little bit more even. I'll put the rounded end on this part. So you just have write that part down and then try it. And the more you try it, then you're going to remember how to do it. Okay, I'm going to slip that in there. And there I go. And my zipper is nearly perfect. I love that. Any questions? Do I need to do anything over again? I have pretty much put a zipper head on all of these pieces. I am not understanding where that camera is because it's close up, so I'm having a little trouble. And then right there is how you can put it in your project. So anytime you want to put a zipper in fact, I have taken a place where it's got a full zipper and I have made it into one half of the zipper. And I liked that. I liked having it like this. It won't work for all projects. This does not always work, but on this one it does. And I kind of liked it. Does anybody need to see anything up close again? Are you good, or do you need something more? Because I can show you more. And see what it does? It kind of rolls on you. Kind of cool, huh? I like putting multiple zippers on a project. I think that's kind of cool. So you've got two zippers on this one. So when this one zips down, the other one zips off. I mean, it's really kind of cool. So try that. Put some zippers on. Show me what you're doing. I noticed you guys have not been posting all of your projects. Eve did one this morning. She posted her Sweet Pea Pod, and that has a zipper like this. Yes, it does. Hi, Sandy. That one has this kind, and Barbara has joined us. That one has one of this one-sided zippers, and I think they're really fun to do. So maybe find something that you can stitch that has a zipper in it, and you can put it in with it. Do you have multiple zipper projects planned for us? Do you mean multiple heads on the zippers? Because we can definitely do that. I'm still working on the classes I'm bringing up, and I've gotten a little busy with Baby Lock right now, so it's kind of taken priority away from those classes that I am working up, but I am definitely putting it together. And I did get the foot class filmed this morning, and in that class we do the invisible zipper, which I love. Kaya has me converted to that invisible zipper. Okay, Alice, you want to do multiple heads? Let me see what I can come up with, okay? Because I would love to do that because it's really kind of fun. And we'll just do a simple project. Let's do that at our project on the tens in a couple of weeks, okay? I've got I've got the next project on the tens already figured out. You guys are going to like it. It is something I've been doing for a lot of years. I've been kind of pulling in some of the things that I've been doing for a long time because I think I want to show you this because I haven't had an opportunity to show you. And this is something I've been doing for many years. In fact, I did some on consignment for a family to make a bunch of these that I'm going to show you in the next project on the tens. And it's kind of fun. Yep, it'll be on the 30th. What day of the week is that? Oh, it's on Tuesday. Yep, it'll be Tuesday morning. Yes, yes, yes. And it's kind of cool. You could do it as a memory type thing. Is that giving you enough hints? You know how people do memory quilts? Well, this is going to be a memory object, but it's not a quilt. Okay? But really, one lady sent me like 10 or 15 of them and said, could you make these into that? I'm not going to tell you what it is, for her family, because her grandfather had just died, and she sent me these things and asked me to make that thing out of them. And I did. Boy, that is a tongue twister, right? So I just teased you. What can I say? All right, too much light. Too much light. All right, I look like a ghost under all those lights. All right, any other questions or comments or anything I can help you with? Because I'm here. And I don't have next week's buddy chat ready. So if you've got ideas of things that you want to see, and it really would be a simple demo like the zippers today. If there's something I can help you with, I can. All right. I think I'm out of breath. Unless you guys are out of breath and have something else you want to say. I love having you here. I look forward to Thursdays just so I can spend it with you. I love that. I think it's pretty cool. And I thought yesterday was kind of fun where we talked about the binding of the quilt. So if you have things that you want to learn, you can email me at barb@sewwithbarb.com, or you can talk about it on Facebook. We'll see what we can do. Okay? I guess that's all. I think I'm over and out. You are very welcome, Cheryl and Dorothy. And Jerry has joined us, and wow, okay. You need a dish towel. I actually saw one of those just recently, and I thought, let's do that. Okay, so that was actually on the list, Alice. She wants a dish towel hanger that is not attached to the towel, because sometimes you just want to wash the towel and not anything else, right? Okay, on my list. We're going to get to that very soon. I can see that. Thank you, Laurel, for coming, and Pat. I love you guys. I do. This is just the highlight of my day, highlight of my week. All right, unless you got more. And Brenda has just joined us. Brenda, you'll have to go back and watch. We talked about zippers. I loved them. All right, everybody. Goodbye, Lynn. Okay. Yes, I'm going to do this right. All right? Okay. Thank you. See you later. And do something for yourself. Remember how we talked about that? You need to fill up your own storage before you can help somebody else. If you find that their bucket is getting low, fill it back up. Because if you keep that thing full, you can help other people so much more. I watched a program the other day, and I thought, I want to do that with my Facebook group, and I haven't figured it out yet, how we can do this. But they picked a day every week, this family did, and they went out of their way to do something for somebody else. And I thought, that is so cool. All they did was every week they knew they were going to get together and do something for somebody else. Wouldn't that be great? I want to do that. I want to do that. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. And someone wants to do something with a snap or a button or a Velcro to keep on the oven door. Okay, Alice, I'll see if the pattern that I'm working on has that. I don't remember. I tell you, I've got a whole stack of them. And I've been working on them one at a time as I've gone down. And that one's on the list. So I'll see how that is. Have a great weekend to everybody else. Enjoy it. I know we have a holiday coming up really soon. School just started for most people. I hope that you're home for your vacation so I can see you more. And summer is winding down. It is. It's almost gone. Dang it. I know we've complained about the hot weather because we've had some hot weather. And we've had no rain, and we've had too much rain in some places and too much wind in some places. And now we're looking for a little cooler weather. And I'm going to be saying, when the snow is up to my knees, I'm going to say, remember those 90-degree days? How I loved them. All right, we're going to remember them right now. All right, goodbye, everybody.